Hello and welcome everybody to a brand new video. Now, I was actually very surprised by the amount of views my previous video got on Kursk, which was 50,000 views as of today, which is absolutely crazy, and that only means one thing. You guys are really interested on some information on what is going on there, what are the plans, and all that stuff. So I thought, why not make another video with some updates about what is actually going on there, what does the Russian television say, and what do I feel about this situation as well. So let's get to it and talk a little about it. Russian television is saying that Ukraine might be starting another operation which will be infiltrating areas around Crimea, the villages, to cut off the roads for the supply of weaponry and goods over to the Crimean Peninsula. And this is what was said on Russian television, literally stating what they said over there. But everybody completely probably forgot, you know, with a brainwashed head, that same TV channel a few years back were actually saying that the special military operation was started so that it would prevent the attack of Ukraine. Well, you know what? I mean, that doesn't make sense. Before the whole war started, why would Ukraine attack Russia? Doesn't make any sense. But they ended up invading Ukraine and having Ukraine retaliate back and attack Russia, which I think is going to be done so that they're going to be capturing some land and they could be using it for diplomatic talks about trading the Russian captured land for the Ukrainian captured land. We will have to see how it goes. But Ukraine has captured a town called Sudzha, which is a bordering town with Ukraine, but it is a huge territory that they have captured. And it was so quick, it was in a matter of few days that they got the whole little region under their own control. And to be precise, 74 regions are right now currently under control of Ukraine's armed forces. Zelensky is saying that humanitarian solutions for these territories are being developed right now, but he also states that despite the difficult battles, the advance of Ukrainian troops in the Kursk region continues, and the exchange fund for Ukraine is being replenished. At the same time, 11,000 residents of Belgorod regions have evacuated, and right now, as I'm making this video right now, the governor of Belgorod region is saying that the situation in Belgorod region is normalizing and residents will soon be able to go back home. Now, is this being said to calm down the citizens of Russia right now, or do they believe that it's possible for them to safely return back home right now? That is a very interesting question as well. But I'm pretty sure that the governor of Belgorod region has said this just to release some pressure that those citizens are probably asking them, because they only got $100 and they're probably thinking, how the heck are we gonna be living here right now? So they're probably relieving some pressure. That is why a neighboring town called Большое Солдатское in Kursk region is currently being evacuated. And why is it evacuated? Because Russia already knows that they are probably going to get through to that town, which is probably going to be captured quite soon. If Russia didn't think that Большое Солдатское in the Kursk region is going to be captured, they wouldn't be evacuating people from there. But we also have some fighters from some region in Russia that I don't really want to talk about because they usually end up making people say sorry to them, and there's a lot of them in Thailand as well. So anyways, I'm not some sort of a, you know, army engineer. I've never served in the army, so I'm just talking on what I read, what I sense. So whatever information I'm giving you could be wrong. But this is what I read from a lot of Telegram sources. Those guys said that they have completely cut off the Ukraine's counteroffensive inside of Russia, or I don't know how you call it. But the thing is, if they're evacuating people from that town, that means they haven't done it. They're probably saying it on television, so people would think that Russia has everything under control, which is not really that true. And we got signs of that. We got real signs about that. There is so many people in Russia that want to defend the Kursk region that they had to start talking ordinary soldiers that are doing their 1-year service in the Russian military, which everybody has to do, to go and sign a contract to go over to Kursk and fight with Ukrainians. The thing is, nobody really wants to do it, but they're trying to put on some patriotic wording to it, saying that you, the soldiers, or the people who the country is being held by together. So go ahead and defend your homeland. Obviously, if you would have thought about it, right, there's a lot of videos that I've seen before of people saying, oh, I'm a super Z patriot. I will fight for my own country. Where are they now? Where are they now? The war is in Russia now. It has come over from Ukraine to Russian land. Where are those super extra Russian regime patriots? Because I wouldn't call them Russian patriots. Those are the regime patriots that just type and make videos that they're gonna go and fight, but they don't do anything. So that is why they have to make propaganda places to get people inside, sign a contract for $4,000 a month to go and fight. Talking about $4,000 to fight, you know that there's a lot of people who were evacuated from some of the Kursk towns, villages, and cities. And in my previous video, I've told you guys that they got a payment of $100. Well, 5,000 people were evacuated, and each of them got a one-time payment of $100 so that they would be able to live somehow. You know, they've had to run away from their houses because it's become a battlefield. So the government thought, we'll give you money, $100. One-time payment, $100. What are they supposed to do with that? What are you going to do with $100 in Russia? You wouldn't be able to even rent anything, even if it's outside of Moscow and St. Petersburg. And you know, Russians are very patriotic and they want to help each other. Guys, I'm a Russian citizen myself, don't get me wrong. But people in the city of Kursk have started putting up huge prices for rent because a lot of people are running away from the region and they're running into the city so that they could probably stay somewhere, rent a place out until something calms down or whatever, and they got their one-time payment, and they go over to Kursk city, and other Russians are like, well, you know what? Before, our apartment costed $200 a month, now it's gonna cost you $600. What is going on with people? Even during war times, Russians want to make money off Russians who are running away from a battlefield. The question is, do the people running away not get an idea that this is all Russia's fault, what is going on? Because if they weren't the ones who attacked first, none of this would have been happening. They would have been living in Kursk region, in Kursk, and nothing would have happened. They'd be just living an ordinary, normal life. They just don't understand. I don't understand how people don't understand. Television propaganda is so good that it's unbelievable. It feels like, and I'm pretty sure they probably were reading some Goebbels books about how to do propaganda, because this is just next level stuff that you could get in so deep into somebody's brain that they don't have any common sense whatsoever. So what can we get from this? Ukraine is advancing into Russia. I'm pretty sure they might even take, well, this is what people are thinking, right? Even on Russian pro-Z Telegram channels, which they're trying to slow down somehow with the news coming out, but a lot of people are thinking that they might be taking Belgorod, Kursk, and those are very, very big cities. And if they do take, for example, Belgorod, they're going to be behind all of the Russian forces that are inside of Ukraine, which means that Russians will have to fight Ukrainians forward and back, and they will have their supply chain completely destroyed. Now, if this happens, this is going to be an end. This is going to be an end because there's not going to be any advancements. And how I see this, if they do take those regions, they might go into some diplomatic talks into getting out of this, which will be a loss for Russia. But then at the same time, would you think that Russia would take a loss? Would you say that they're just gonna back down? Or do you think the leadership of Russia is gonna be pushing this until the complete crumble of the regime itself? Do you think they're just going to be like, okay, we got nothing to lose, we're just going to be doing it, no matter how many people we lose, we're going to start a mobilization, we're going to be throwing people in there like meat with no weapons or anything, like in the Second World War, where you had soldiers on the front line out of their trenches run out with a rifle, they get shot, a guy behind picks up a rifle. Is this the future of Russia? What do you guys think? Because this is the two options that could be. It's either going to be peace talks or huge mobilization with huge losses on both sides. And as you know, I'm for peace. I don't want anybody losing their lives. I'm for diplomacy. People should sit down, talk, and get stuff sorted out. But it's very hard to do it with the people ruling the country right now because they're the ones who started it and they're too deep to even do anything. Do you guys think that this war is going to be going on until the whole regime crumbles inside of Russia? Or do you think something is going to happen inside of Russia that people are just going to stand up and realize what's going on? Or what's going to happen? Tell me in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow me on Patreon if you want to support the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that those news and ideas brought you some knowledge. I'll see you guys next time.